Hello? Hello? I wanted to record this message to warn you about some things and help you settle into the new job. This being your first night and all. There's some really, really terrifying stuff that goes on here at night. I mean, there's one thing I should tell you about in particular that I hope you never have to go through. No, it's not that. Trust me, these animatronics are just child's play compared to what the real terror is. No, it's not that either. Honestly, I think you might prefer to run out of power and not see what's really scary. Oh, geez. Okay. Looks like it's your last night. I guess you're ready to see it. Here we go. It's worse than anything those animatronics could do to you. It's worse than your flashlight or security cameras going out. So, here we go. It's this secret room in the back. The room full of 8 to 12-year-old Five Nights at Freddy's fans from the comment sections.
Hey, Dr. Kendo, you planted the withered gold body. It's called spring trap. Can you make Markiplier and Scribblenauts?
Hello again, YouTube! This is Dr. Kendo. Do you want to learn how to make the endoskeleton just like this? Well, I am going to show you. Welcome to the Scribblenauts Unlimited 100th episode of this object editor creation series. Now, what's funny and interesting about this, or hopefully it's interesting, but this is actually not the 100th episode sequentially. I have made actually several episodes around this series. A lot of them early on were not numbered, and more so, many of the Speed Create episodes were not numbered, and there was probably more of those than there were early time ones that were not numbered, and so this is why this is actually number 100, but sequentially it's probably about the 109th episode in the series. I'm trying to think. Maybe it's 108. I really should know this actually at this point, but I'm very close. Anyway, we started off with Burning Man as the source object. Isn't that crazy? I mean, this is perfect. There were so many people that were saying, you know, I don't think you can do the endoskeleton, which, by the way, I believe this is the endoskeleton from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I don't play either Five Nights at Freddy's series. That's what we're creating here. So the endoskeleton, there were just so many comments that were like, I don't think that you're going to be able to do it, and I don't think that there's enough stamp space and things like that. And so I was just waiting for this special episode to show off the endoskeleton here. You probably saw that, of course, we painted most of the Burning Man with that black and metallic color and stuff like that to get the endoskeleton parts. And then we added teeth right there where the head grid is supposed to be, as well as a skull, which I painted with that circuitry pattern in the color pattern library. We're kind of going in order from bottom to top on the endoskeleton's head. But then there are two spheres that are white with two circles that are kind of a bluish color. We're using berry right now to create the pupil of the eye, so just take a berry and then paint it all black. And then we've got hemisphere shapes for the eyelids, that top part of his eyes right there, just above the white. And then electronic, you can just type in electronic. We've used that one for the top of the head, the very, very topmost point, and then this part right here in the middle, because right between the eyes, there's sort of a pole looking shape, so I'm just using another electronic for that. You could do the ears several ways, but I've kind of landed on leaf. This is also how I did the ears for the yellow Pikmin, so I think that, honestly, the endoskeleton that looks like this, it kind of almost looks like a giant skeleton of the yellow Pikmin in some ways. I know that that's a slight stretch, but I'm just saying, you know, it's like almost a yellow Pikmin shape. It's pretty interesting, and I'm not even going to begin to theorize what this endoskeleton actually goes to. I know that Five Nights at Freddy's fans, you know, I know that you guys tend to, you like to create theories and guesses on things and then kind of assume that that's reality and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not even going to mess with that. I'm not even going to touch that topic. Sticky hand, of course, is going to be continuing the trend for these animatronics that I'm always creating and stuff. So for the endoskeleton here, we've also done sticky hand and dragon feet. That's just like what we did for Foxy. The Foxy creation had dragon feet as well. Those feet might be a little bit tiny on the endoskeleton, so we'll probably resize them just in a little bit. But honestly, it didn't take that many many stamps to create this thing, and I think it actually looks quite accurate. One thing about using the Burning Man as the source object is that it is gonna walk pretty funky. The Burning Man does not walk quite normal. You'll see. That's all we should leave it to. We'll do some just regular scripting. I mean, I always do scripting like this. It's very generic, especially when you compare it to the scripting that I do for many other, creations that I have. So while that's going on, I just want to take a second to thank everybody that, you guys are amazing. Anybody who's supportive, you're incredible. I know that with all the fame that all of, you new subscribers have given me and everything like that, there's also increased viewership, which is great. I love it. But then there's also, that's going to mean that there's a lot more nitpickers and haters and things like that and stuff. So we're still balancing it out, and that I focus on you guys, the positive ones, much more. I did want to show you actually though, before we move on, strawberry is also another potential thing that you could use for the ears. Again, there are kind of several things that you can do for the ears. So just try to grab anything that's kind of this general shape and pick whatever you like, honestly. You could also create the ears the way that I've done it with the leaves, but then basically make a darker leaf within those leaves that we have right now on the outside. So the darker leaf would kind of be the inner part of the ear. You know how his ears sort of have a dark color on the inside, basically like a dark blackish color. So yeah, but kind of just to finish my thoughts out, I did want to say, some people love the Five Nights at Freddy's things and request only that, and that definitely has been the most popular requests over time and whatnot. So you can see all of them here, every single one of them except for the new Five Nights at Freddy's 3 animatronic. They're all in a line here. One thing about this is I did not change the behavior or whatever. The Burning Man will not just attack the human that we put down. We put down this thief. He doesn't attack it right off the bat, so I did do the adjective hostile. You can also change this by, of course, scripting it to attack humans or something like that, So this is what I'm showing you. It looks good. It looks like everything is right, except for, of course, as I mentioned, it's gonna move very strange. You can see that he moves kind of derpish, and it's quite funny. So sorry that he doesn't move better. But honestly, I think that it looks great. I think that, this is one of my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's creations that we've done. But here, I keep getting on tangents, and I keep getting lost in what I'm saying, but I was gonna say, of course, the Five Nights at Freddy's items, they were the most popular requests, like every single week. But just to appease other fans and to get other fanships and other co-cultures, like the SpongeBob fans and the Big Hero 6 fans and there's so many things out there that we can create. I do honestly hope that everybody recognizes that I do wait in between episodes before I do another FNaF themed object. So, some of the complaints sometimes are like, when are you gonna stop doing Five Nights at Freddy's? Or like, can you wait 5 episodes before you make another Freddy's item? And it's like, honestly, I do wait a lot of episodes. I give enough time where I'm doing other creations. You've got to consider that there are 100 episodes I just said, 108 or 109, and like maybe 10 of them at this point are Five Nights at Freddy's, if even. I think it's more like 8 probably at this point. And honestly, I'm denying myself fame by doing that, just to appease those people who are nitpicking about it and who are sometimes being a bit rude about it even. But just to appease everybody, I'm actually denying myself more views and more subscribers. So I will always continue to try to just do what's best for the most amount of people. So for me, that's kind of striking a balance between sometimes we'll do Five Nights at Freddy's type objects, and then a lot of the times we'll do other objects from other series. But all in all, I'm not referring to you if you didn't make those comments. So if you didn't make comments like that are rude or nitpicking or anything like that, then you know what? You're one of the great ones. You're one of the ones I love, and thank you so much. This series is huge and expansive, especially compared to when it first started. I mean, this series has become something greater over time, and it just keeps getting greater and greater, and a lot of that has to do also with you guys out there, guys and gals, I should say. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really, your support means the world to me, and let's continue moving this thing forward. There is no stopping it! So thank you so much. I will catch you on the next vid, and thanks for viewing. So you can be the viewer and
down the road of twists and turns.